Eye-opener to this one, the Maryland State House advancing a bill that would permit condoms to be sold in vending machines on public school campuses, including preschools. Republicans in the legislature say it's going too far. Maryland State Delegate Kathy Shalega is calling on parents to wake up, and she joins us now. So here's what Maryland Department of Legislative Services says about this bill that's making its way through the State House. This bill repeals the misdemeanor prohibition against an associated penalty for selling or offering for sale a contraceptive or contraceptive device by means of a vending machine or other automatic device at a kindergarten, nursery school, elementary school, or secondary school. And I think a lot of people at home are saying, what?
All of us on that, well, most of us on the House floor said exactly that. What is this? So we offered an amendment on the bill on second reading, when you can amend a bill, to just say, look, just high schools. You know, we wouldn't like that either. The Republicans and the Maryland Freedom Caucus would not like that, but they rejected it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of schools that are teaching abstinence, right?
Well,
and,
right.
You know, maybe abstinence until marriage in a best case scenario, or maybe abstinence until you're in college, but to put condoms in a vending machine puts it right there in front of you. But why? What justification is there for doing this at a nursery school or a kindergarten? I mean, unless you just want to make a very broad brush law that doesn't take a lot to interpret it. Let's say, put it that way.
It makes no sense whatsoever. And, you know, the intent may have at some point been high school, but when they rejected our move to just make it high school again, I, like you, would say you're discriminating against traditional families that don't want their 14-year-old daughter going to a high school and walking down the hall in front of a sex vending machine.
Right.
But, you know, putting this in a daycare or nursery school and, you know, into a preschool, I am a grandmother of two beautiful 10 and 7-year-old girls, and I can't imagine them walking down the hall and seeing a colorful condom vending machine with condoms and other things in it, and then having to have a conversation with a 7-year-old. You know, Mom, what's a condom? What's in that machine?
Well, maybe they're thinking if we run out of balloons to make balloon animals, we just go to the vending machine. So here's what Maryland State Delegate Nicole Williams said, trying to justify the move. Listen here.
It's not dictating what school systems should and shouldn't do. It's not mandating anybody to do anything or suggesting that they should do something. It's just removing a criminal penalty. The sky is not going to fall if we pass this bill.
I guess what she's saying there is it's not like you're going to suddenly see condoms at preschool. It just removes the criminal penalty, and then schools are free to do what they want to do with this.
Well, that's how they start, right, John? They start by saying, oh, don't object to this. But in the meantime, there was another bill on the Health and Government Operations Committee to put Plan B, birth control pills, all kinds of things in high schools. So, you know, they're playing chess. Plan, you know, first move, we remove the penalties so we can get the vending machine in the high school and other schools as well. And then next year, they're going to come back and they're going to put birth control pills, Plan B, condoms, you know, as I told them on the House floor. Next year, you'll come back to regulate it.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how it works.
And all of this at the same time as they're also taking away a parental opt-out provision for education about gender identity in schools, too. So, and then we'll keep watching your Safe Girls in Sports bill, which you've been trying to advance. We're watching what's going on in Maine. And in fact, State Delegate Laurel Libby will be joining us next hour to talk about that. Kathy Shalega, great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Thanks
for having me on.
Really appreciate it. All right, both families and farmers feeling the impact of the bird flu. We'll have more on that coming up a little bit later. Meantime, let's go to Sandra.